Okay, ladies, today I would like to share with you 3 physical gestures that you can do to a guy to drive him crazy in love for you. Okay, so the first gesture is a kiss on the hand. Why is this so powerful? First of all, it's nothing sexual about this. It's something you can do in a social setting. There is absolutely no suggestion or sexual meaning behind this. But it's powerful because it is sensual. Let me tell you why. Hands, it symbolizes many things. Hands symbolizes action, it symbolizes power. When you kiss a man's hand, you are showing him that you appreciate what his hands are capable of doing. You're showing him, I like what you are capable of doing with these hands. It's very strong signal. Not only, of course, physically, it's pleasant, it's agreeable to feel a woman's lips on the hands, but psychologically, it's a beautiful sign of devotion. Devotion, that word is important for you guys, for women, because too many women are scared of being taken granted for or acting submissive, especially if I tell them to do this gesture. But it's definitely not the same. Devotion is a sign of showing a man that it's okay, you can lead me. I like the way you lead me. I trust you. This is a strong signal to send to a man. And I know I'm going very far with this gesture, but I just want to show you how much a gesture can have a strong impact in his psychology. It's not only pleasant, it also sends a strong signal to him. By the way, I'm not telling you to go further than a simple kiss. I'm not telling you to do the gentleman kiss, because obviously it's something we rather see men doing, kissing, hand kissing, especially here in France. The baise-main is something popular where we take the female hand and kiss it. There's also the famous picture of Alain Delon kissing a woman's hand. Okay, that's great. But I'm not asking you to do these kinds of kisses. I'm asking you to do it your own way, your own feminine way. It can be very feminine to take a man's hand and kiss it and show him that you love what it symbolizes for you. You feel safe with these hands. You love these hands, you know? There's another way to acknowledge a man's masculinity, which is always sexy for a guy. It's doing the gesture that I'm going to give you right now. And this one implies touching his beard. Touching a man's beard, it's almost like a cute way of acknowledging something masculine about this guy, a masculine part of this man. Because, well, I'm not surprising you if I tell you that beards are usually found in men, although we never know, because nowadays anybody could have a beard, I guess. But usually beard is something very masculine. So when a woman touches a guy's beard, it's almost as if to say, I can touch your masculinity. I acknowledge your masculinity. I take note of your masculinity. It's here, I touch it. And that's very sexy. Because, first of all, men love to know that they're masculine. But what's even sexier is to know that we are masculine to the eyes of the woman we like, to the eyes of a woman, not even the woman we like, but the woman finding us masculine. Boy, it makes us feel invincible. It makes us feel like a hero, you know, like the protector. You acknowledge, you take note, you validate my masculinity. This is strong. Even if I have high confidence, if I have a high self-esteem, it's still super pleasant to know that you validate my masculinity. And it's almost like you're taking part of it, because it makes me want to protect you even more. It makes me want to become this warrior, this hero for you. I'm not getting that much ahead as you think, because it symbolizes many things. Where it's exactly the same for us men. You know, we love to touch also, and to see the differences between our bodies. I think that's the sexiest thing between a guy and a woman when we find each other, is to be able to touch and to smell and to feel this body that's so different from mine. I, for example, I have I wouldn't say a fetish, but I'm fascinated by female's pelvis. It's so different than a guy's pelvis. I mean, I'm not used to touching guy's pelvis, but I see mine. And when I see a woman's pelvis and the way it's tilted differently, inwards usually, I'm in awe. I'm like, wow, it's so different. It's so, this dimorphism is sexy, and it's what makes us want to go together, men and female, women and men. It's this difference, this dimorphism. And so touching a man's masculine part, which can be the beard in my example, it's a way of saying we're different, and I like that. I like this, you know? It's pleasant for you, and it's even more pleasant for the guy when he sees that it is pleasant for you too. All right, the third and final gesture is a bit more suggestive, but it's still not sexual, and it's still something you can do in social settings. It's quite playful. It's something that brings me back to teenage years. I don't know about you, but when I was younger in high school years, you wanted to touch your girlfriend during the classroom, or you didn't want to attract too much attention to you, so you had to find sneaky ways to, you know, be physical with your girlfriend and not attract too much attention, consensually, of course. And one of these ways was to put your girlfriend's legs in between your own legs as a man. So to feel the woman's legs, the girl's legs in between your inner thighs. And that was pretty sexy when I was a young boy. That was something that's sexy, and that's maybe superficial. Of course, it's a pleasant touch when you touch this part of the leg. But as a man now, as an adult, it brings me back to these teenage years every time. And you know, in France, we have this saying about love that goes this way. It says, falling in love is like getting back into childhood. It's like regressing back into childhood. And I think that's super wise, because, you know, women, for example, will look for security. The exact same security in love that they would have found with their fathers, for example. This unconditional love that their father would give them through security, emotional security. Guys, we want to look for tenderness, the same tenderness that our mother used to give us, unconditionally. And so everything, every gesture, every physical touch that reminds you or him of childhood, of teenage years, of the touches, the gestures you used to have when you were in love during your teenage years, that brings back strong feelings. But we're all different, we all have our own experience, so tell us in the comments what kind of physical gesture brings you back into the first love that you had in teenage years. And if you want to go further and see the 6 phrases that only the men who are in love will say to you, click on the video in the screen on top, or also in the comment pinned below. And I see you soon.